Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to compare two mid-range phones, the Coolpad Cool one with the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. So these two phones are priced in this 15k price point, and we have a lot of similarities between these two phones. So in this video we'll do a detailed comparison and see which is the better device out of these two devices. So without any further delay, let's get started with a comparison. So first up, the design and the build quality. So design wise, you can see that both these devices are finished in metallic chassis and unibody construction. You can see that curved edges on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 and on the Coolpad Cool one we have flat edges with the chamfered edges on the Cool one, which actually gives a pretty good feel altogether. Now build quality wise, both are really good, and we would say our choice would be the Cool one, which feels slightly more premium than the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. But having said that, both these devices are equally good in terms of the design and build quality, so we would leave it to our readers to choose between these two devices. Both are really good. And in terms of the front panel, we have 3 capacitive touch buttons which are backlit on both the phones. So there is nothing major difference in terms of build quality, but our choice would be the Coolpad Cool one. Now let's talk about the display. So here we have a 5.5 inch screen size. Both have a full HD resolution, that's 1920 by 1080p resolution, and both the displays are really good in terms of the performance. Now additionally, the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 has the sunlight legibility option that makes the display even superior in bright sunlight. So both the displays are really good, but then for the additional features being offered on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, we would slightly be inclined to choose a display on the Redmi Note 3 because it has sunlight legibility option and also some added features included to customize the display options. The viewing angles and the touch response feels really good on both the phones. So that is the display aspect of these two phones. Now let's talk about the software and the performance. So of software, we could say that in terms of the base Android version, the Android 6.0 is available on the Cool one, while it's Android 5.1, that's an outdated version on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. So if you're a person who wants the latest software, then obviously the Coolpad Cool one is a choice, because then you get Android 6.0's features, while on the other hand the Redmi Note 3 comes with only Android 5.1. Now talking about the UI, that's where there's a lot of difference, because the Coolpad Cool one comes with the EUI. If you have been using a LAICO, La1S or La2 or La Max 2, you might have already seen the the EUI, which comes with multiple home screens, and some additional features are also included. You can see that it's a customized panel, and you can see the multitasking and quick toggles are arranged into a simple panel, and even the notification center is pretty simple. So it does come with additional option. There is support for themes, but you can download only a few themes. Then there is also IR Blaster included on this device, so that you can use for controlling your TV, AC, etc. There is also phone manager, which allows you to optimize the device. So these are some of the options in the EUI. So it's definitely a decent UI in terms of the features being offered. Now let's talk about the MIUI 8 on this device. So Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 comes with MIUI 8, and it does offer additional features and tools. There is some smart manager options. Then you can also see there is dual apps feature, then second screen. So these are some of the additional features in the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, and there is also child mode, additional modes, and there is a lot of themes to download. So customization options are way better than EUI on the MIUI 8, and MIUI 8 feels a bit more polished than the EUI. So our choice in terms of the software would be the MIUI 8. So major issue on the Redmi Note 3 still is that it runs on Android 5.1 Lollipop. So that is the software aspect of these two phones. Now talking about the performance. So this is one area. Both these devices are really powerful. We have the Snapdragon 652 octa-core chipset on the Coolpad Cool one, coupled with 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage, while on the other hand we have Snapdragon 650 hexa-core chipset on the Redmi Note 3 with 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage. So in terms of the raw performance, we would say the Coolpad Cool one processor is slightly superior to the 650 on the Redmi Note 3, but having said that, there's no major difference in the day-to-day task, and both are really good performers in day-to-day task and does the job really well. Now when it comes to gaming, again both these devices are really good in terms of the gaming performance, but then Coolpad Cool one has this heating issue, which heats the device almost close to 54 degrees. That's way too hot for a device in this segment. So if you're into gaming, we would definitely suggest the Redmi Note 3, because there's not much of heating issue on the Redmi Note 3 when compared to the Coolpad Cool one. In terms of the performance, again, both these devices are really good. There's nothing to choose. We would say both provide really great performance. Now, if you're a person who wants to expand the storage, then the obvious choice would be the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, because there's no micro SD card expansion slot on the Cool one. Now, both the phones have dual SIM cards, 4G LTE and VoLTE support. So that was the software and performance aspect. Now let's go to the camera. So we have a 13 megapixel dual camera on the Coolpad Cool one, while it's a 16 megapixel shooter on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 with dual tone dual LED flash. Now looking at the camera interface, you can say that both these devices have pretty good camera interface and does the job pretty well. There are lots of modes and features included. Now looking at the camera samples taken between these two devices, you can say that the dual camera on the Cool one definitely has an edge over the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 in terms of the performance. The Redmi Note 3 is just a average performer in this segment, not really the best, and the Coolpad Cool one outperforms the Redmi Note 3 in terms of the camera performance. And in overall camera experience, we would say the Coolpad Cool one is our choice in terms of the camera experience. Again, in terms of the front facing camera, we would say Coolpad Cool one has a slight edge over the Redmi Note 3. So camera is definitely one of the good aspects about the Coolpad Cool one. Now finally, talking about the battery experience. So we have a 4100 mAh battery on both these devices. So definitely battery capacity is really good on both the phones, and Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 is known for really great battery experience, and we got almost similar experience from the Cool one as well with the 4000 mAh battery. So if you're a person who is really concerned about the battery, then both these devices offer really great performance in terms of battery life, and you can easily get through 1.5 days of battery performance on both the devices. So there's nothing much to choose in terms of the battery performance on both these phones. Now talking about the fingerprint scanner experience on both the phones, you can see that both are available on the rear panel and does the job pretty well, and they're quick in unlocking the device. We would say the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 fingerprint scanner is a tad faster than the Coolpad's Cool one's fingerprint scanner, but then both are really good in terms of unlocking the device and provides additional features to take photos using the fingerprint scanner. So now we have covered almost all aspects about these two phones. Now which is a better device to buy here? So that's a really tough choice, because both are equally good in terms of a lot of things. So in this conclusion, we'll sum up the best aspects of these two phones. So first up, the Coolpad Cool one, which has a really good build quality. Display is quite good, software is kind of average, and really good dual cameras and a stunning battery life along with a powerful Snapdragon 652. Now the disadvantages of the Cool one is that there is no micro SD card expansion slot and there is a massive heating issue when gaming. So that's the pros and cons of the Coolpad Cool one. Now talking about the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, it has a really good display and there is a highly customizable software with good battery life, good gaming experience, and there is also micro SD card expansion slot. So these are some of the good aspects about the Redmi Note 3. Now talking about the cons of Redmi Note 3, the software, that's the underlying Android version, is kind of outdated, the Android 5.1, and the cameras are kind of average. So these are the pros and cons of both these devices. So you have to prioritize on which is important to you. If you're looking for a gaming device, then the Redmi Note 3. If your priority is camera, then it's the Cool one. So based on your preferences, you can buy either of these devices. We would say both are equally good, and based on your requirement, you can shortlist one. So that was the detailed comparison of these two phones. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.